Glad to have you on the discussion segment on Good Morning Anambra this lovely day, the 11th day of June 2025. And today we'll have a very, very important discussion we want to be sharing with you out there. My name is Ajuluchuku Okabwe. And then this is how we'll be going this morning with the topic that we have for discussion this morning. That's the right to health, safety, and dignity of persons with albinism. That's commemorating the day 2025 Albino Awareness Day. And our guests this morning are, starting with my immediate left, we have Chidinma Ajemba, a disability rights advocate, the program officer, Vivi Gold Foundation, and a journalist. Also with us here in the studio, we have Israel Ben Orizu, the Anambra State Chairman, Anambra State Albinism Association, ASAA, is also an entrepreneur. And not forgetting my co-anchor this morning, talking about Noye. Noye, good morning. How are you doing?
It's great.
That's cool.
Welcome to the studios of Good Morning Anambra show. It's so good to have a white person very close to me. Chidinma, you're welcome. Good to have you. Thank you. Good to have you.
Yeah.
All right, when we talk about World Albinism Day, let me start with Chidinma because it's ladies first. Chidinma, why do you think it's important that we have World Albinism Day? And the purpose of actually establishing or instituting a day to celebrate World Albinism Day.
Okay, good morning, Anambra. I think it's important to celebrate World Albinism Day because people tend to forget that these people have issues and they are also persons with disability. In fact, it's even a debate within the disability community if albinism is actually a disability. These people are facing lots of challenges ranging from discrimination, health challenges, and even the low vision aspect of it. So I personally think that it is a very important day set aside to find a way to make life better for this set of people. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Israel Ben Orizu, State Chairman, Anambra State Albinism Association. Well, I don't need to ask you what it is, or what being an albino is, because it's not definitely your making. But then, the fact that a day has been set aside for this, does it further, will I say, give people having this condition of albino to have some kind of a respite? Okay, fine, finally we have a day, maybe we can now create an awareness for what albino is, and it's not something that people should stigmatize against.
Yeah, thank you so much. And just like Mma said, the day is very important because the day helps to amplify our voice.
Yeah.
You know, we have challenges, just like she rightly pointed out, from day-to-day living to social life, economic life, academic life, even mental life, when you put it like that. So the day is very special to us. Throughout the Anambra State Albinism community, everybody is getting ready for June 13th because it's a special day that the whole world gives us the opportunity to speak about ourselves. So we are very much grateful for this day, and we are very ready for the day. We are set.
Okay, you're having a special celebration this year. I think because you have said it, let's talk about it a bit. What are you doing on the 13th of June? Tell us all about the activities lined up for this year's World Albinism Day before we actually move over to some other things.
Okay, for this year's International Albinism Awareness Day, we are having a wonderful collaboration with the Vivi Gold Foundation. That day, the Vivi Gold Albinism Foundation will be officially unveiled, which is founded by our former chairperson, the founder of the Anambra State Albinism Foundation. Is also the founder of the Living Good Foundation. She's a person with albinism just like me, and she's very much inclined in fighting the cause of persons with albinism. So that day, the foundation will be officially unveiled, and then we will also have guest speakers, people, disability advocates. We are partnering with the Disability Rights Commission, which is a commission that we are directly under, based on the structure of the state government, and based on the fact that persons with albinism are also persons with disability. So it's a collaboration with the Anambra State Albinism Association, Vivi Gold, Albinism Foundation, and the Disability Rights Commission. So that day, we have wonderful guests that will be coming from the Anambra State Health Insurance Agency. Will be there because they have been, the ASHIA have been a very good friend to the albinism community in Anambra State. So we also have people from the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, the Center for Disability. We're also there. And there's some other wonderful guest speakers will be there to help us amplify
our voices.
Yeah, well, albinism, well, I think the first contact I had with a person living with albino was when I was in primary school, and then I could remember vividly, her name was Ruth anyway, but then, as a young child growing up, I used to wonder, how come this white person didn't have the full features of the white people we see in movies? No coily hair, no brown eye, or, I mean, no blue eyes and the rest of it. It was much later we got to understand the reason why she was a lot different from other pupils in class. But then, there was something that struck me then as a kid growing up. There was nothing like stigmatization. We all played together. I don't know if it's Anyu Mwazi or whatever, I don't know what to call it, but then, we all played together. There was no, in fact, she was like the favorite amongst, you dare not hammer and stuff like that. The entire class would just come on you. Now, that's for me talking about having a colleague that was having such challenges. Now, talking about you, Israel, as a child growing up, did you have such challenges where people wanted to bully you and the rest of it? And how did you manage it so that people listening and watching us will definitely know how to, navigate all of that with their children?
Okay, thank you. Persons with albinism like myself, the right expression is persons with albinism. We face lots of challenges. Growing up as a person with albinism, I faced a lot of challenges, starting with the classroom. The challenge of seeing what is written on the board is a big one. And people always, when you try to get closer to the board, people always, they shout on you, be like, what are you trying to do? We are blocking us, we are blocking us. You understand? So it comes with issue of accessibility. Then social life, when walking along the road, people will say, a million or so, Garibe, you understand? A lot of derogatory statements. But at the starting point, it was a little bit challenging for me. But when I got used to it, being that I took it as what I am, that is as a destiny, you understand? So I grew above that challenge. I acquired education. During that means I'm married, and the woman I'm married to is a person of normal skin. And after I get to psychologically wave off the implication of those bullying and all
Yeah.
I started seeing it as an advantage. I started seeing my albinism as an advantage because one, it sets me aside. It makes me to be easily identified in the crowd. And people will always like to know what will be the input of this person with albinism, of this anyale. You understand? So it makes me special If you come to my office, they see that the person that operates this office is a person with albinism. They will be eager. What can you
Actually do.
You understand? So I started exploring the advantages. And when I started exploring the advantages, I can tell you now that I'm not seeing any disadvantages.
So it's more like a blessing to you now.
It's more like a blessing to me.
That's good to actually know.
This year's theme says demanding our rights, protect our skin, preserve our lives. And of course, it blended with our topic this morning, rights to health, safety, and dignity of persons with albinism. Now, as an advocate of persons with disability, you know, what do you think about some albinos that their skin is somehow, there are some people that we know, when you see their skin is so beautiful. So what's the difference? Who actually should protect your skin, or how best to go about it generally for the albinos?
Okay, thank you very much. You see, that is why celebration of the Albinism Day is important, because some parents are ignorant of how to take care of the child with albinism. You know, when you expose them to sunlight, it has a way of affecting them, which can, there is every tendency that it will lead to skin cancer. Some of the parents do not have any knowledge of how to protect their kids. They don't know they need to always keep them on long sleeve. They don't know they need to get them umbrellas. They don't know they need to get them skin, what's it called, sunscreen. You know, sunscreen is extremely expensive, so most parents keep that. And that is why you see some people, their skin are okay, while some people, their skin look as if they have some patches. Mind you, even those ones that have clear skin also suffer from skin cancer. That you have a clear skin is not even a tendency that you are not prone to suffering from that. So the right knowledge, you know, when you create awareness on how best you can take care of children with albinism, the better way of managing their skin, because scientists say that for a person with albinism, that they have 90% chances of suffering skin cancer. So you see, these people are endangered. So a child with albinism needs to be taken care of right from childhood, even up till now. And that is what our foundation is here to do, to create more awareness and to also help some of these parents. You know, some parents with children with albinism, some of them are even stigmatized. Some of them are losing it. We have a case someone brought to our foundation about how her child suddenly lost interest in education. No matter how the mother tries to like pressure him to, you know, pick up, he's losing interest because of the discrimination he's facing in school. This thing is happening in Newe. And even the discrimination he's facing in the family. The father tends to love the other kids more than him. So that has a way of affecting him psychologically. So that is it. Early awareness and, you know, constant awareness. That is what will, you know, help to reduce skin cancer, because skin cancer is ravaging people with albinism. Thank you.
Okay, you said 90%. That's huge. Let me come to you as a person living with albinism. You know, how do you take care of your skin so that people will hear from you? Because I see that your skin is far better than some people that we see outside. How best do you go about it that your skin is as clean as this?
Okay, thank you so much. Just like Uma rightly said, you know, the highest challenge a person with albinism has is the sun. Especially the sun that ranges between 11 a.m. and like 3, 4 p.m. when the sun, the intensity of the sun is high, you understand? So the ultraviolet rays, usually because of the absence of melanin on our skin, it reacts to the absence to the skin, and it can result to cancer. So how do we do it? And the best thing, just like we always tell our people, you have to be sun smart. you have to be sun smart. And how will you be sun smart? Always go on long sleeve.
Okay.
My clothes, I don't think I have, only clothes I wear at night. The clothes that are short sleeves.
Okay,
And that is indoor.
That's indoor. Then always use an umbrella. Though some persons like me, I'm not always comfortable going with umbrella because I sometimes I go by bike, you understand. But whenever you are going under the sun, use your sunscreen. Those parts of the body that clothes cannot
cover.
Apply the sunscreen. Your palms here, your neck, your ears, your face, apply the sunscreen.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis. Once you
but Chidinma said it's expensive. How do you care about it?
It's expensive, like she said. And that's why the foundation and other, we have been pleading for assistance. Like last year, we launched the Albinism Medical Trust Fund, where we can raise funds and get these materials. The foundation have been very, very assisting to us. You understand? So it's a challenge, but it's something that has to be done. Within between 2021 and 2024, we lost 4 persons to skin cancer. When I was the director of communication, my deputy, he died, I think at 25 of skin cancer. His own developed. He was here. He came to this studio with us. Was it not 2021? I think 2021, 2023. He had an interview with myself, the founder of Living God Foundation, a young woman, Vivian Shika. We were here in this studio. I think he died ending of 2022.
So sad.
So it's a challenge. It's a challenge. And that is why, like Asia provided us with insurance cover, but the insurance cover only make us to access medical facilities within the states. But when someone have a developed skin cancer, to that point, the person will need chemotherapy and the radiotherapy treatment. None of that is available in the states. So it requires that the person either travel to Enugu, that's at the UNTH, or to Benin, or to Lagos, or to Abuja. And that is where the funds becomes a challenge. Because treatment requiring chemotherapy and radiotherapy is not one naira. It's not something that an average person can afford. Yes. So that, but the best thing for us, I always tell our people, be sun smart. If you can avoid the sun, please do it. Then if you must go under the sun, use your protective gadgets. Sunscreen, umbrellas, face cap like I'm having here, the white brimmed hat. Very important. It protects here, it protects the face, the ears, the neck. You understand? Very, very important. Very, very important. Then the sunglasses also helps. You know, there are some persons that the albinism affects we call it ocular albinism, the eyes. You understand? So when the ultraviolet rays, the sun rays enters the eyes, it can also result in cancer. It can get to the point that it will be cancerous. You understand? So use your sunscreen once you are going out under the sun.
All right, Chidinma, sorry, I'm coming in at this point. I've had a report from, I think, South Africa also, where albinos were kidnapped and killed and or what's not. I hope this is not happening around here. I hope it's not happening around here. And again, tell us, how often do we see cases of deaths as a result of skin cancer in people living with albinism?
Unfortunately, it happened here. A member of their organization, Anambra State Albinism Association, was attacked. God so kind, he didn't die, but that was his cousin. He said he wanted to use him for rituals. As a result of the mind of what people say, that when you use persons with albinism for rituals, they produce money. It happened here, and I think last day it happened someone lost her life in Imo State,
Jesus.
a person with albinism, and the case keep multiplying.
Hmm.
It's in fact it's the new thing, especially with the youth and the quest to get money rich. So sometimes their attention is turned on the person with albinism. So you see, they are not just suffering from skin cancer. They are also suffering from discrimination and this
Threats
type of
to their lives.
insecurity, you will say. So that is it. It's something that is really sad, and we condemn it totally. As for cases of skin cancer,
Leading to death.
leading to death. Also, if it is early detected, most times they defeat the cancer. But most times, because they cannot afford, because they need to be checking their skin at least 2 times a year. Because
Do we have any hospital around dedicated to skin?
yeah,
Around?
we have one at Anambra
University. Oh, that's great. That's great.
No, yes. But assessing it is not that easy. Because it's a federal
Own
hospital
hospital.
as well. So, and that is what he's trying to say, that even the insurance doesn't cover everything. One thing is detecting it, and another thing is taking care of it. I know of a friend that detected her cancer in 2021 out of fear that cancer would soon kill her. She died even before medical intervention was taken on her. She died of high BP. So you see, this thing is persons with albinism are really suffering.
All right, I think we go for a short break. When we return, we continue the program. It's still Good Morning Anambra show, talking about World Albinism Day, right to health, safety, and dignity of persons with albinism. I think when we return, we'll step in to help and support people living with albinism. Some people don't really know the extent of what they pass through. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
As humans, I think the only way we can make life better for them is to accept them as fellow humans, because they are fellow humans like us. And whatsoever we feel, we benefit them, give it to them, and treat them better because they are human beings like us. So.
Okay, my own opinion is that by supporting them with good cream, you understand, because you will not tell them to not go outside. You have to go outside and look for what they will do and able to eat, you understand. So support them with good cream. That is my own opinion.
The albinism or the albinos, they need to be taken care of. We don't need to be giving them gap or giving them or sidelining them because they are human beings like us.
Well, by not segregating them now, I mean they are human beings. They don't have a sickness that they are one of us. They're still human beings. Do you understand? So make them feel among and not like they have a terminal illness just because they have a different skin color.
So we need to take very care of them, associate with them, feel their impact, because some of them are intellectuals. They have something doing. They have initiatives, something they can do. They can offer the country. So we need to associate with them.
World Albinism Day concerns every person and the need for us to actually take good care of them. Well, based on what we heard them there, I still have my own little myth and legend that I want to share with Israel. Let him clarify me on that so that people don't take certain legends and then run away with it. And there's this issue growing up, we heard that salt and albinism doesn't go hand in hand, that when you cook food for people with albinism, persons with albinism, that you shouldn't put salt in that meal for them. How true is that?
That's false. That's false. Person with albinism like us, we eat as normal as
Any other person.
Yes. We eat normal food. We like good food, you understand? Because we need good food. We also need it. So when someone say that salt affect our skin or have adverse effect on us, that's false. There are still a lot of other things that they say, like they will say something like crayfish, it's not good for us. That's false. We need protein also. We need it. Salt, the absence of salt in food makes the food not to be
tasteless.
tasty. You understand? So that's a myth. It doesn't go. It's wrong.
Now, still talking about other myths. Then there's this other prominent social media skit makers and the rest of it all trying to, will I say, make a mockery of people living with albinism. You see somebody who fetch water and then want to pour it as fuel inside the generator. Not knowing, it doesn't mean that somebody with albinism doesn't have that, mental stability to know the difference between water or fuel, or even trying to pour something into a bottle and the rest of it all.
It's quite painful when I open the internet and I see all those things. And sometimes I try to write them through the association. I try to write them. I try to plead with them that those videos doesn't go well with us. It sends a very wrong message. You heard one of the street parliamentarians saying that we are intelligent people.
Yeah.
I graduated with a 2-1 degree from Anambra University here. And I know that our people, our persons with albinism like me, we are good in the classroom. Once we are provided with those enabling support, good classes, access to the board, and the reduced bullying and discrimination, we thrive in education. Yesterday, one of us, the brother of the founder of BB Gold Foundation, completed his defense on PhD at UNN, Enugu. You understand? So we are intelligent people. When I see those kids, you see someone pouring fuel. I saw that video into the generator, and then he's pouring it out of
the fuel tank.
The fuel tank. And I asked myself, why? Why would someone present a whole population?
All right. For want of time, quickly, we've talked about so many things that the albinos needed, and how your foundation has been helpful to people living with albinism. Now, tell us, talk about funding and, of course, how government can come in to help or to support people living with albinism in Anambra State. If you're inviting them for your program on Friday, let us know. All right, Chidima, quickly, just in a phase before we wrap up the show, because our time is fast spent here.
Okay, thank you very much. Just like he appreciated the government for the ASHA, government can also come in subsidizing the sunscreens for them. A sunscreen costs more than 18,000. A good sunscreen, more than 80,000 naira. So if government can subsidize it, maybe through the Ministry of Health, or maybe if the wife of the governor can also help, it will go a long way, because sunscreen is a necessity for them. It's something they need daily. And also, if some hospital can start screening, can have facilities for them to always check their skin, run a skin check. This is something that is very important to them as well. Again, education. We should learn to make our school inclusive. There is a school in Newi that sends a person with albinism away from their school simply because the head teacher said the child is a distraction to others. Because when he comes to school, the kids keep staring at him and all that, and the only thing he felt that will help the situation is by sending the child home. We had that issue in our foundation, and it's so sad. This is the dispensation that we say that our school should be inclusive in such a way that everybody can attend it. We are all humans. We are humans even before the disability. So if teachers can take note of all these things, if you have a child with albinism in your class, make sure that the child is at the front row where he or she can be able to see it. They also have issues of getting their lenses. Their lenses are expensive as well. So these are the things that need
All right.
subsidization. Thank you.
All right, you've heard it from those directly involved or directly affected with albinism. Speak to us this morning on Good Morning Anambra show. Would like to thank in no small measure the disability rights advocate and the program officer Vivi Gold Foundation and a journalist Chidimma Ajemba, and also the state chairman Anambra State Albinism Association, also an entrepreneur Israel Ben Orizu. Thank you guys for coming this morning. It's been a wonderful one. All right, for people that have not known before, you can go back to our Facebook page and watch this program again to get the details of what albinos or what albinism is all about and what they are actually going through, and see where you can come in to support their cause. Thank you so much for watching.